welcome. Come on in. This is our 1989 tract home deep in the suburbs of Denver, Colorado. And we, spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to use this space. When we originally toured the home, we really loved how high the ceilings were. And we really loved that even though it's actually a pretty small house at like 1,400 square feet, it actually felt a little bit more open and like our family could use the space really well. So we did want it to feel really cozy and really welcoming when you walked in. And that is part of why, again, I like having this couch. You can walk in after a long day and just kind of lay down and decompress a little bit. There's a space to read. There's a space to, I can kind of see out the window and the kids are in the front. I can also see kind of what's going on upstairs. And again, the rooms are close together, which has its perks. The thing that's been a little tricky is just when we do have people over, finding the right amount of seating. But we've gotten a little creative with, a chair over here. Sometimes we'll move a chair over here. And then just wanting to maintain this walkable space. But I think this is a nice way of having a lot of seating that doesn't feel totally closed off from the rest of the house, while also making sure you can get from the front door to the rest of the home. This room, I think is technically supposed to be dining. And we decided that for us, we really wanted one space in the home that didn't feel totally taken over by toddlers. So this is kind of where I put the most artistic vision, design, opinion, all of that. We spent a little bit more effort on the furniture and, we don't have a dining room, but we really love that we just have a nice space to sit at the end of the day. And then we have a separate space, which we'll see later, that's kind of kids go crazy a little bit more. We just really appreciated having that here. We did have to figure out a place to put a dining space. We also are dealing with a very dated kitchen that we're kind of still deciding what we're gonna do with. I don't know if we're gonna do a total remodel. Don't know if we're gonna knock a wall out. So we've kind of done nothing, but that just means we didn't have a ton of counter space. So having a taller table that can be used either for dining or for cooking is really, really nice. And we do have toddlers. So again, it's just very day-to-day practical that we're gonna have toddlers at high chairs. We're gonna have toddlers who are kind of grazing on food throughout the day, and not having to totally reset and reconfigure everything is really nice. Again, for entertaining, we do have the option of bringing in some extra chairs. And then it's, they're again, pros to having this more condensed space where everything's kind of right here. And it's really just pretty effortless to have a nice dinner at this table as well. The other really big challenge in this kitchen is that we didn't have almost any storage. So we've got these, again, very dated cabinets, and they just don't have a ton of room in them. We don't have a pantry, technically speaking. And then also, since we use this as a table and not so much as an island all the time, there's just not a lot of space to put stuff. So having this right here, this sideboard, made a big difference for us, just making sure there's a place to put the kids' sippy cups and a place to put the kid dishes, Ziplocs, things like that. Down the line, sure, we'll have maybe something that's a little bit less taken over by children, but this is a super functional setup day to day, and I never feel like I'm drowning in clutter. Okay, and now we will go down to sort of our playroom kid space. We call it the Thunderdome because we'll put a baby gate at the bottom of the stairs, and we have everything pretty baby-proofed aside from, a couple areas down here. And really, it's just the space we don't have to worry about what the kids are doing. I can fully see it from the kitchen. The couch is, a good space for them to hang out. And this ottoman is soft, so they can't hit their heads on it, and they can play, and we just don't have to worry too much. So this is sort of our transitional used for everything space that allows me to watch the kids and also just know that not too many risks are happening. The last room that's down on this level is my son's bedroom. So this one's fun because we've just had to sort of transition it more recently from our office guest room into a kid room because he is the oldest child and he gets to have his own space now. So he's got a bed he's really excited about, but we also made sure there was a lot of storage with the dresser, and having the changing table on top too is just big for us. But yeah, it's also really nice to know that he's close by still and that he has access to the playroom, but everything is safe for him. And yeah, we've just really loved how this room came out. This is our primary bedroom, and it's actually one of my favorite rooms in the house just because the ceilings are really high. We get a lot of really good natural light in here, and yeah, having 2, almost 3 little kids, having at least one space in the house that feels just comfy and kind of serene has been really nice. And so even though we do have kids in here all the time, and obviously there's a crib, we just enjoy being in here. And I think this big cozy bed with a place to sit and read, and not feeling too cramped in, even though we do kind of have a lot of furniture, has just made us feel like, okay, we can be in this space for a while. We can have some longevity to this house that isn't very big. And again, we're just like enjoying what we have for the time being. It's been really cool. I think the style that I resonate with most could be called like a modern natural, a little bit of cottage, a little bit of boho. That said, I really like to just kind of be able to pull in anything that I like. If it resonates, I like to be able to put it in my house. I don't like feeling super restricted by a given aesthetic. So again, it's been fun to like put all of these pieces together and see how nicely they all work, even though a lot of them are kind of different styles technically. But yeah, it's worked out really well. So yeah, that's our space. We've got this really lovely area that I feel like I just want to be in, get to spend time in, can entertain in. We've got our hyper-functional kitchen, as you saw, which kind of has to do it all right now, and it's working, even though, you know, we might change stuff down the line. The Thunderdome, our transitional multi-purpose room that does everything kid, really everything for our family. And then my son's room, which has just recently gotten a little bit of a makeover, but will still be our guest room. And then of course we've got the primary bedroom that we've tried to just keep as comfy and cozy as possible. And that's kind of it. We're really loving this home and everything that it's been for our family. And yeah, it's fun to show you. But I've got one waking up from a nap. Not this one, the other one. So thanks for coming over. Oh, bye.